this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a really fun pair of earrings using this awesome chain. So this is link and connector chain, and it has bar dangles, and I just have to show you this chain because it is so cool. We are all in love with it here at the Design Space. So if you look at the chain itself, it comes in different finishes. So we have this really pretty matte gold, we have a silver, an antique silver, and we have an antique brass. All of them have great movement. Now, a couple things are really nice about this chain. One is you can buy it by the inch, which makes it absolutely perfect if you're doing a pair of earrings like this. Also, it's really nice if you see how the chain is actually constructed. So I'm going to lay this out, and you can see that it's got these 25mm bar dangles that are all connected with 8mm connector links. So there's a lot of different things you can do that plays off of the actual construction of the chain itself. Whether you're making a pair of earrings, a necklace, whatever you might be doing. You can hang other little dangles between the little jump rings, between the connectors. A lot of different things you can do. And one of the things you can do is make a really simple but very fun pair of earrings. And I've made one right here. So what you're going to need for each earring is an inch of the chain itself, which I'll show you right here to cut, an eye pin, an earring hook, and I'm using antique silver for the earring hook, and I'm actually using gunmetal for the eye pin. And then I'm using this rondelle and then bicones in crystal light chrome, and these are Swarovski crystals. I really want to add that pop of sparkle, which is going to contrast nicely against the matte of the antique silver. So I've got my chain, and I'm going to measure out an inch. So there is an inch, and I'm going to cut it. I'm just going to cut through that jump ring. I'm going to set my chain aside. And now onto my eye pin, I'm going to place one bicone, followed by the really cool rondelle. And this rondelle is a little different than a rondelle you might be more familiar with, which is more rounded. This is a new rondelle shape by Swarovski. And then another bicone. And then I'm going to create a simple wire loop at the top using my wire looping pliers. So I'm just going to grab the wire right above the last bead, squeeze my pliers, they'll do half the work for me, form that wire around, rotate my pliers to the top, and continue pulling my wire to create a loop. Now I'm going to trim my excess wire right where the wires overlap, and then open up that loop the same way I would open a jump ring. Going to slip on the bar chain, and then close up that loop. And actually, if you'll notice on these guys, you have a choice. You can either have more of the crystal show or more of the light chrome finish. So in this particular case, I'm wanting more of the crystal to show up top, but you could easily just reverse that as well. And now I'm going to attach the earring hook the same way. So I'm just going to open that loop, slide on the earring hook, and close the loop back up. And then I've got my earring, and you'll notice on this one I do have one little piece of bar that's kind of just extra right there. You could leave it if you wanted to, or you could trim it off. And if you trim it off, all you need to do is just be very careful, because we don't want to cut the jump ring, but you can see that little tiny loop right there. So we're just going to take our cutters, and we're just going to cut into that loop, actually right through it, and then just discard it. So there we have our fun earrings that have a lot of play and movement to them, and were very easy to construct, and all it took was 2 inches of the bar chain for both earrings, and they're ready to go. You can find this fun chain along with a lot of other chains, the instructions for these earrings, and many other projects and videos at beadaholique.com.